Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to Minutes of Moral. We bring you emotional short stories with powerful life lessons. Like, comment, and share to help us spread the message. He yelled at the gate agent. He begged them, pleaded with everything he had. Please, I need to be on that flight. But the plane had already pushed back from the gate. There was nothing they could do. He had missed it. Flight 262 was gone, and just 42 minutes later, so was everyone on board. Ethan Miller was 34th marketing manager from Chicago, father of one, and a man who had waited years for his breakthrough. This trip to New York was supposed to change everything. He'd landed a rare pitch meeting with one of the biggest brands in the country, a chance to show what he was made of, to finally step into the spotlight. He had the slides, the statistics, the story. He rehearsed it so many times. His daughter joked she could give the presentation herself. He left home feeling proud, confident, excited, but life had other plans. It started small. His alarm didn't go off. Something about a phone update overnight. He woke up 23 minutes late. Then his Uber driver missed the exit, twice. And when he got to the airport, security was packed. He tried everything, explaining, begging. He even offered $100 for someone to let him cut the line. But it was too late. When he reached Terminal B, Gate 27 had already closed. Out of breath, sweaty, nearly in tears, he pleaded with the airline staff. But the woman just shook her head. "I'm sorry, sir. The doors are closed. You just missed Flight 262? Ethan collapsed into the nearest chair, completely defeated. He stared out the window as the plane backed away, taxiing onto the runway. He watched it leave. He didn't cry. Not yet. He just sat there, numb. 10 minutes later, he called his boss. "I missed it," he said quietly. "I'm so sorry. I tried." But what his boss said next: "Ethan, turn on the news. Right now." Confused, Ethan pulled out his phone. News alerts everywhere. Breaking. Flight 262 has disappeared from radar. At first, they thought it was a technical glitch. Maybe the transponder had failed. But minutes passed, then more. No response. No emergency landing. Nothing. Within the hour, it was confirmed. Flight 262 had gone down. No survivors. Ethan stared at the screen. He couldn't move, couldn't think. His boarding pass was still in his coat pocket. 14A. That was his seat. That was supposed to be his story. And yet, he was still here. He didn't feel grateful. He felt hollow. He kept thinking of the people on that plane, the parents, the children, the newlyweds, the ones who weren't running late, the ones who made it. And he wondered, why not me? For the next few weeks, he disappeared. Didn't go to work, didn't return calls. He avoided the news. He didn't want to see their names, didn't want to see the faces of people who were supposed to be beside him. He couldn't sleep. At night, he'd sit in the dark, holding his daughter's drawing. "Daddy, come home soon." Then one evening, something changed. He was watching her sleep, her tiny hand holding a stuffed giraffe, her chest rising and falling, peaceful. And suddenly it hit him, not like a lightning bolt, but like a whisper. He had been spared, not just to survive, but to live, really live, with purpose, with meaning, not just to exist. The next morning he got up early, showered, shaved, and for the first time in weeks he looked in the mirror and didn't feel like a ghost. He began telling his story, first at local schools, then community centers. He used his voice to advocate for aviation safety, started a nonprofit in memory of the victims. He called it Flight Forward. He spent time with his daughter, not just weekends, but school pickups, art shows, pancakes on Wednesdays. He said, "I love you more," and "I'm sorry" faster, and yes to the little things. He realized that the life he thought he lost wasn't a loss. It was a second chance. Life lesson? Sometimes the delay you're cursing, the missed opportunity you're grieving, the door that slams in your face is actually life, protecting you, guiding you, redirecting you. Ethan thought he missed a flight, but in truth, he was exactly where he was meant to be, right on time, for a second chance. What's one moment in your life that didn't go as planned? but later made sense? Share your story in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe to Minutes of Moral, where every minute brings a deeper meaning.